Nigeria, the same thing. You have Bola Tinubu, who is an old man who is not even, sometimes I wonder why. Is this a cost on Africa to always vote for old peoples who cannot even speak properly? Is this a cost on us? Do you know when someone is old, his brain look like a child? We don't know this. If you came to Europe here when you have 60 years, you can never be a leader in Europe. They will park you aside. Yeah, when you have 60 years, and Bola Tinubu is older than 60 years. Bola Tinubu is now going to 80. 80 years, if he didn't even have 80 years. How can Bola Tinubu rule Nigeria? How do you expect Bola Tinubu is not even active? Someone who cannot even walk properly. Cannot speak properly. His brain is now not even thinking like a man. His brain is thinking like a child. He have the child brain right now. How do you expect? When I watch Bola Tinubu, sometimes I pity Nigeria. I say, no, is this true that this man is the president? Sometimes I drag with my brain that no, this man is not the president of Nigeria. Maybe it's just a news. It's just a fake news. But I don't believe this man is still the president of Nigeria. When you remove Buhari, who is old, who cannot even do nothing for himself, you go and put a man who is more older than Mohamed Buhari. The land of Africa belongs to Africans. The resources of Africa belongs to Africans. It doesn't belong to the Europeans. It doesn't belong to Americans. It doesn't belong to England. And it can never belong to them. Africa belongs to Africans. The moment you, the West, steal from Africa, kill Africans, terrorize Africans, and you sit in your houses and call Africa a poor land. When you know you can't move without Africa, then now who is crying? Africa is laughing and the West is crying. Because Vladimir Putin has shown Africans that this is the way to get yourself. Not by following the Western supremacies. You will never be yourself and you will always remain slaves. And African leaders have realized that what Vladimir Putin is telling them is the truth, is the best. That by following the Western supremacy, Africa can never be themselves. By following the Western supremacy, Africa will always remain as a slave. I respect Vladimir Putin and I will support Vladimir Putin. I don't give a damn who else is watching my video out there. If you are a Western Prime Minister, I don't care. I live in Europe and I never hide myself that I live in Europe. I live among my enemies and I study my enemies and I know what they plan against Africa and it shall never prosper. The West will understand this. My reason to come to Europe, maybe many Africans came to Europe to find money and go back home. But my reasons to be in Europe is to know who they are, is to know what you people plan against Africa, is to know what you people have been doing to Africa. That's my reason to come to Europe. I don't come to Europe to only find money and go home. I'm not greedy. I don't want to be rich. I want Africa to be free. I don't want to be rich. But I want Africa to be free. I am not here to find money, to be rich, to go to Africa and see my brothers poor there. And be proud of myself that I am the richest among my brothers. No. I want my brothers out there to be free. I am here to study the system of Europeans, what they did to Africa and what do they plan against Africa. And I have to know who my enemies are. And I have to know the weakened point of my enemies before I will fight against my enemies. That's why I'm here. And I have so many Africans who are like me. I will never ever say what Putin is doing is wrong. I will never ever say that. And I will never say Putin is trying to colonize Africa. Putin is not trying to colonize Africa. Putin is trying to make Africa free and to weaken the West. That's what Putin is trying to do. And if the West is weak, Africa will be free.